Have you ever dreamed of moving to Canada? Just imagine waking up to the crisp, fresh air, the beautiful landscapes, the bustling multicultural cities. Canada, a country that embraces diversity and celebrates it, a nation that offers a world of opportunities to those who dare to dream. Now let's delve into why Canada is a beacon for aspiring immigrants. What makes it so alluring? Is it the top-notch education, the thriving job market, or maybe the chance to reunite with family members who've already made the journey? Perhaps it's all of these combined and more. Canada's multicultural society is a melting pot of cultures, where you'll find people from all walks of life, all contributing to the rich tapestry that makes up this great nation. Canada promises a life of opportunity, a chance to grow, and a place to belong. Moving countries is a big decision, but with the right guidance, it's a journey worth taking. First things first, you need to check your eligibility. This is an essential step you can't afford to skip. But why, you ask? Well, let's put it this way. You wouldn't want to plan a trip without first checking if you have the means to get there, would you? Similarly, before you dive headfirst into the immigration process, it's important to understand whether you meet the criteria set by the Canadian government. There are various immigration programs available, each with its own set of requirements. Take, for instance, the Express Entry system. It's a popular fast-track route to Canadian residency, but it's also competitive. Applicants are scored based on factors like age, education, work experience, and language proficiency. So, if you're a young professional with a degree, work experience, and proficiency in English or French, this might be your golden ticket. Then there's the provincial nominee programs. Each province has its own unique set of criteria for selecting immigrants. Some might prioritize certain occupations, while others might look for connections to the province, like having a family member living there. Family sponsorship is another option if you have a relative who is a Canadian citizen or permanent resident. They can sponsor you for immigration. So, it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. The key is to find the program that's the right fit for you. Do your homework, gather all the necessary information, and understand the requirements of each program. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about the process, the smoother it will be. Once you've determined your eligibility, it's time to prepare your application. Let's delve into this crucial step that can make or break your immigration journey. A key component of your application is the necessary documents. This includes passports, birth certificates, marriage or divorce certificates, educational transcripts, and work experience letters, among other things. It's essential to gather all these documents as early as possible. Don't forget to have them translated if they're not in English or French. The next step is getting your qualifications assessed. This process is known as an Educational Credential Assessment, or ECA. It's a way for Canadian authorities to understand how your education compares to Canadian standards. Find an organization approved by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada to do this for you. Remember, this assessment is needed even if you're applying as a skilled worker. Now, let's talk about language proficiency tests. Canada is a bilingual country, and proficiency in English or French is a requirement. You'll need to take a test like the IELTS for English or the TEF for French. These tests assess your reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills. They are a significant part of your application score, so make sure you prepare well and aim for a high score. During the application prep, accuracy is as important as completeness. Make sure every detail you provide is correct and verifiable. Any discrepancies can lead to delays or even rejection of your application. It's a good idea to double-check or even triple-check everything before you submit. Lastly, don't rush. Take your time. It's better to submit a well-prepared application a bit late than a rushed one full of errors. Remember, you're not just filling out forms. You're painting a picture of your life, your skills, your experiences. Make it as complete and accurate as you can. A well-prepared application is your passport to a successful immigration process. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that step is a well-prepared application. With your application ready, it's time to submit. Now, you may be wondering, how do I actually submit my application? The process is quite straightforward and is mainly done online. you'll need to visit the official Canadian immigration website, where you'll find a dedicated portal for application submissions. Before you hit that submit button though, there are a few things you need to keep in mind. First off, there's the matter of fees. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a bummer, but it's part of the process. The cost varies depending on the type of application, but you can find a detailed breakdown of the fees on the official website. Make sure to review it carefully so you're not caught off guard. Once you've paid the fees, you're almost there. But before you submit, take a moment to double-check everything. It's essential to ensure all the information you've provided is accurate and complete. Any errors could potentially delay your application or worse, result in a rejection. Now, here's a pro tip. Always, and I mean always, keep a copy of everything you submit. Whether it's your application form, supporting documents, or payment confirmations, make sure you have a copy of it all. This will be incredibly useful if you need to reference anything in the future, or if any issues arise. So you've double-checked everything, kept copies, and finally, you've hit that submit button. Phew, feels good, doesn't it? But hold on, the process doesn't end here. Now comes the waiting game. The processing times vary, with an average duration spanning several months. It's important to remember that these are just averages and your application could take longer or shorter. It's easy to get anxious during this time, but remember, patience is key. It's a long journey, not a sprint. Keep yourself busy, continue with your life, and try not to obsess over the process. Remember, patience is key. The journey may be long, but the destination is worth it. So, you've submitted your application. What next? You've cleared a significant hurdle, but the journey isn't over just yet. After submitting your application, several stages follow that are crucial in your immigration process. One of the first things that might happen is a request for a medical examination. You'll need to get this done by a physician approved by the Canadian immigration authorities. It's a routine check to ensure you're in good health and won't pose a risk to public health. Then comes the biometrics. If you haven't already provided these during your application, now's the time. This includes having your fingerprints and photos taken, which will be used for identity verification. Now, not everyone will be called for an interview, but if you are, don't panic. This is just an opportunity for immigration officers to clarify any details about your application. It's important to be honest and consistent with your answers. Throughout this process, you might receive requests for additional documents or information. It's crucial to respond promptly to these inquiries. Delays on your end could result in delays in processing your application. Remember, it's normal to feel anxious during this waiting period, but rest assured, every step brings you closer to your dream of living in Canada. And if you ever feel lost or confused, don't hesitate to seek help from a legal advisor or an immigration consultant. They are there to guide you. Stay responsive and proactive. Your dream is within reach. Congratulations! You've received your invitation to apply. It's time to take a deep breath because you're almost there. As you open that invitation to apply, or ITA, your heart might be racing. But remember, this is the beginning of a new chapter in your life. It's time to roll up your sleeves and get ready for the final steps in your immigration journey. First things first, you'll need to pay the right of permanent residence fee. This fee is the final payment you'll make to Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada as part of your application process. It's the last hurdle, so make sure you've got your finances in order. Once you've made the payment, the next step is to prepare for your arrival. You'll be landing in a country known for its breathtaking landscapes, vibrant cities, and welcoming people. It's a good idea to do some research about the cities and provinces, their culture, weather, housing, and job markets. This will help you make informed decisions about where you want to settle. And then, the moment you've been waiting for, landing in Canada. This is when you'll get your confirmation of permanent residence, or COPR. It's a document that officially recognizes you as a permanent resident of Canada. It's more than just a piece of paper. It's the key to your new life, your new home. Remember, moving to a new country is a big step, but it's also an exciting adventure. You're not just moving to Canada, you're becoming part of the Canadian community. You're adding your unique story to the rich tapestry that makes Canada the diverse, dynamic country it is today. And remember, planning doesn't stop here. It's just the beginning. There's so much to explore, so much to learn, and so much to look forward to. And we're here to help you navigate this journey every step of the way. Your dream has come true. Welcome to your new home. Welcome to Canada.